Let's talk about those pesky language tests that so many have to do. In Nigeria, English is the official language, legacy, of course, of colonial rule. But many Nigerians who want to study abroad have to take tests like TOEFL and so on to prove their proficiency in the language in which they've already been educated. And it can cost about $250. Plenty say it's unfair. Olivia Ndubuisi reports from Lagos.
There are
over 500 languages spoken in Nigeria. But there is only one official language, and that's English. All education is in English. But when Faith Enilama, who already has a bachelor's degree, applied for a master's level scholarship to Europe, she was shocked to be told she must prove her proficiency in the language.
I was asked to submit IELTS test result. That didn't sound right to me. They responded with a comment of that I needed to write it because it's compulsory, it's mandatory.
Faith did not have the money, so had to withdraw her application. In the UK, many universities follow government advice when deciding which students should be exempt from taking a language test. The Home Office say they must have evidence that at least 51% of the population speaks English as a first language for a country to be included in the majority English-speaking country list, but they didn't respond when asked what evidence was required. None of the 18 countries on the UK government's list are African, despite English being an official language in around 20 countries on the continent.
So when I saw this, I was like, why?
Ebenezar Wikina found a similar challenge facing Nigerians in the United States when he applied for a degree course at Nexford University.
And of course, all of this conversation was going back and forth. The emailing was going on in English language. I just thought it didn't make any sense to me. These English exams cost more than 3 times our minimum wage. They expire after every 3 years. And so as a personal belief, I just think it's an exploitative way to keep milking, Africans.
Ebenezar shared his experience on social media and it caused quite a reaction. Many people were hearing about this requirement for the first time. Others shared similar experiences, and it led to a response from Nexford. They introduced a new system called Academic Evaluation Pending, AEP, in March 2020, which assesses English proficiency during studies rather than requiring a test as a condition of entry.
It became a big thing, was published on their websites. And so eventually, not just Nigerians, people from all over the world who are willing to say, I have good English, I don't want to take the exam, can actually go through the AEP pathway to do that.
A victory, but it was just one university. Samuel Ajayi is doing a PhD in nuclear physics in Florida. He started a campaign to challenge the testing system.
I encouraged people, I said, okay, we can do this. We can write to these schools and then tell them that we, as Nigerians, we speak English. When they come into contact with many Nigerians, receiving their mails, they can have a rethink.
He says one US college told him they weren't aware there were Africans or Nigerians who spoke or received their education in English.
Some decided to exempt for the individual candidate that wrote. Some decided that, okay, we will not waive it entirely, but we will allow you to write Duolingo English test, which is like an alternative to TOEFL or IELTS. And the good thing about that is that's way more cheaper.
They responded with a comment of...
Back in Nigeria, Faith says she refuses to give up on the chance to study abroad and will be hoping to save enough money to do the test next year.
Olivia Ndubuisi reporting from Lagos.
You're listening to Newsday with Lawrence and Carney. Let's take a look at the 2 main headlines this